So, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, I saw it a couple days ago. This is my quick takes on it. I am probably going to be giving a couple spoilers away because this is kind of one of those movies where I won't, but I will. So, just ride with me. Now, Planet of the Apes comes from probably one of the best franchises that a lot of people love. Planet of the Apes, which starred Andy Serkis as Caesar, and this is kind of a continuation of that story in so many words. It is, but it isn't at the same time. This Planet of the Apes takes place 300 years in the future after the events of the last Planet of the Apes movie. In this, our protagonist is named Noah, played by Owen Teague, who is a part of a peaceful tribe who basically raises eagles, and their camp is raided by a bunch of. They are raided by a gang of apes from Proximus Caesar, who is the quote unquote new Caesar in charge. They take Noah's family and hostage and basically enslave them. Now, Noah and his gang of friends, starring a human by the name of May and another ape, Raka, must come together and band to save Noah's tribe from Proximus Caesar. Now, there's a lot more to this movie that I could really go into detail with, but this is kind of one of those things where a lot of people are on the bubble about this movie because they love The Last Planet of the Apes. They thought it was just, and to me, The Last Planet of the Apes was flawless. And it's like they really didn't need to do a sequel to this movie because even though this one, it's not correlated between Caesar's main character as because it's 300 years in the future, and you start to see the effects, and a lot of people may not remember from the last one. If you, like I said, I even forgot about it. I had to brush up on it. Now all the humans have been almost extinct, or they're almost like ape like. Now remember, if you guys don't remember from the first and second movie, James Franco's character developed a vaccine trying to cure Alzheimer's, and this end up have a reverse effect on humans and also turn them into like crazy rabid animals. And so that virus got released in the world, so a lot of the humans are dead or kind of crazy. And this is, like I said, 300 in the future. So just imagine how many humans have basically suffered from that and how many almost are extinct or kind of crazy. And I think the trade-off that I didn't like about this movie, well, let me talk about the positive. Positive about this movie was visually stunning. Like, I had never in life seen how beautiful these graphics were. Like, these apes they almost look like humans. Like in the scenery, the setting, it reminded me of Last of Us, the video games, the greenery. Like, this story was the story was okay, but the scenery, the acting was amazing. But the trade-off is that this movie lacks action. And I'm not gonna say this movie didn't have any action, but it's like they're trying to get the point across of the story. Now they're building up these new characters, but you have like the first act and the third act. We got the first act, the second act, and it starts to slow down at the second act, and you just kind of like, it drags and it gets kind of boring. And then you get to the third act and you're like, okay, well, where's this been? And it's so hard because you want to be critical of this movie, but they're basically rebooting this entire franchise, so they're going to be 2 to 3 more of these movies, and it's just kind of like, I know they're going to get better, but it's just like with the first Planet of the Apes that came out in 2011, it was just such a massive hit, and it was so entertaining. And it's like, for the first one, I wanted it to be more entertaining, and it wasn't. This wasn't a bad movie, but it just, from the original Planet of the Apes that came out in 2011, which are going off of, it just didn't have that same oomph as the first movie. And then the other character, May, who is the human, who has this like ulterior motive of helping the apes, and you kind of start learning about her, and like, man, can I really trust her? And this human that speaks, which is shocking to the apes because all the humans that they know of are crazy animals, but she knows what's going on and has an ulterior motive, which I'm not going to get into. I'm not going to ruin it to you. But like I said, I like where this is going. I just needed to get there a little faster. And then for them to have this 2-hour and 25-minute runtime, it's just like, I don't know. It's like I expected more, because you expect more from this Planet of the Apes saga or trilogy, if you will, or really now franchise. So But nevertheless, it was a solid movie. If you have seen the original Planet of the Apes from from the early 2000s, 2011, I would highly suggest going to see I'm sorry, 2014, to going to see this movie. It is really it's very entertaining. It's just like I said, it just kind of lacks sometimes. So, all right, guys, drop those comments. Let me know about this movie when you do see it.